Have you ever dreamt of studying at one of the best universities in the world, but it seemed out of reach? In this video, I bring you a life-changing opportunity for your postgraduate studies at one of the best universities in the world. Welcome to the channel, where we provide you with affordable studying abroad opportunities. Applications for the Rhodes Scholarship 2026 are now open. The Rhodes Scholarship is a fully funded postgraduate award which covers your full tuition at the University of Oxford for your master's, MPhil, or PhD. The scholarship will also provide you with a monthly stipend of £1,650 and also cover your flight tickets to and from the UK. It will also cover your student visa fees as well as your international health surcharge, which enables international students to access the UK's National Health Service. But before we get into the details, if you have not subscribed to the channel, will you please subscribe and help support the channel so that we can bring you more of such informative videos. Now let's get into the details. When you come to the main website of the Rhodes Scholarship, it talks about what is the Rhodes Scholarship. So let's take a look at what the scholarship is all about. It's a life-changing opportunity for postgraduate study at Oxford University. The Rhodes Scholarship is a fully funded postgraduate award which enables talented young people from around the world to study full-time at the University of Oxford. The Rhodes Scholarship covers University of Oxford's course fees as well as providing an annual stipend. For the 2024-25 academic year, the stipend is £19,800 per annum, and it comes to £1,650 per month, from which scholars pay all living expenses, including accommodation. Please note, this is not sufficient to cover partners or dependents. So if you are thinking of bringing your spouse along, then you may have to cover by yourself. The scholarship will also cover the fee required to apply to study at the University of Oxford, fee for a student visa, and associated international health surcharge, which enables international students to access the UK National Health Service, 2 economy class flights to and fro the UK for the beginning and end of studies in Oxford. On arrival in Oxford, scholars receive a settling-in allowance, and scholars who transition to a second course of study in Oxford will receive assistance to cover the fees for visa renewal and further application for IHS. So when you come to the application overview, we see that the steps involved with the application process is that first you have to check your eligibility. We will do that and then go to the application. And then after you check your if when you check your eligibility and you are eligible, you choose your Oxford course. Okay, what can you study at Oxford for as a Rhodes scholar? Okay, all this information is also here. They give the conditions of the tenure. Okay, so you can read that. After that, you have to, on your application, you have to write your personal statement, you have to write your academic statement, reference letters, and then they give instructions here how to you should choose your suitable referees, your social engagement, and then your final interview. So this scholarship involves an interview before you are selected. So when you get to the application process, check your eligibility, which is the first thing that you have to do. So first you put in the country. So below it says that you can enter your country in the box and then click check your eligibility. If you have dual citizenship, okay, or you have lived in a number of countries, we will suggest that you choose the country you have lived there, you have strongest connection to. For example, the country of your citizenship of the country you have lived for the longest. So you select your country. I'm going to select Ghana because I'm familiar with Ghana's education system. So I'll put Ghana here. And then once I click enter, it will tell me to check my eligibility. Um, I'll click check your eligibility, and then you have to answer this question. So it is all categorized into constituencies. So You can use the eligibility checker below to find out if you're eligible for the Rhodes Scholarship for this constituency. So West Africa, your constituency indicates here, and this may become useful in the application process. So once you get here, please take note of your constituency after you enter your country. Okay, so your nationality or citizenship. Are you a citizen of one of the following countries? So the list of countries is given here. I will say yes. Your education and residency. Have you been a resident in one or more of the countries listed above for at least 5 of the last 10 years? I will say yes, and then we'll continue. Your age criteria. So the age criteria they are looking at is they have three criteria here. One is between age 18 to 24. There's for students who are pursuing medical, dental, pharmaceutical, you must be aged between 18 to 25, and you must be born after. First, it says you must be born after year October 1st, 2000. The second criteria, if you are studying medical, medicine, or dental, or pharmaceutical, law, or engineering, you must be born after 1st October 1999. The third criteria is that for older candidates who completed their first undergraduate degree later than usual, okay, you must be under the age of 27. So you must be born after October 1st, 1998. So this is the age restriction here. It is not after uh, 27 years. Okay, so it's between 18 to 27 years. So take note of that. So I made that. I will select yes. And then your academic achievement. This is a merit-based scholarship. So you will you have completed an undergraduate degree, normally a bachelor's degree, by the application deadline with an academic background and a grade that is a first class honors degree or equivalent, which meets or exceeds the specific entry requirement of your chosen full-time course at the University of Oxford. Okay, so the highest degree, of course, to qualify, you need the highest degree. Okay, so you say yes. If you say no, you are not eligible. So I'll say yes. Do you meet the English criteria, language criteria? Uh, I will take you to the English language criteria proficiency of Oxford University, and then we'll come back and continue from this page. Okay, so I'll put all the descriptions of all these websites in the description of the below the video, so you can go get access to it. So when you come to University of Oxford graduate international graduate admissions, uh, it says that, so you see admissions graduate international English language requirements. Oxford graduate courses are demanding, and you will need to demonstrate that you have a high level of proficiency in English to take up a place here. So you may have to provide an English test, language test. Okay, so the English language test acceptable is IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge English, or Oxford and Oxford test of English Advanced. There is a waiver, however, English language test waiver. You may be able to request a waiver of the requirement to provide English language test scores as part of your course application. To request a language test waiver, you must have studied a degree level course that is at least 9 months in duration, full time, undertaken at a recognized institution where teaching and assessment throughout the course is entirely in English, has been completed within 2 years of the start of the course to which you are applying. You may also apply for a waiver based on substantial professional experience if you have worked for a minimum of 2 years in a majority speaking, English speaking country where the main language for the role was English. Your role involved daily professional use of each of the four language components: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. You worked in an appropriately technical context to demonstrate the ability to communicate effectively in an academic environment and your role has ended no more than 2 years before the start date of the course to which you are applying. So once we meet the English language criteria, proficiency, we click, we select yes here, and then we'll continue. We'll see if we are eligible. So it says that you meet the eligibility criteria for the Rhodes Scholarship for the constituency of West Africa. So your country may fall in a different constituency. So find out more and apply. So you click here, and then it will give you some information here. Okay. So then they apply. When you go bottom here, you see apply now. So we'll do that. But before we do that, there's important information on this page that you have to take note of. So the opening date of this program has started on June 2nd this year, and then the closing date is August 28, 2025. So please pay attention here. The closing dates may vary depending on your constituency. Okay, so because I selected this constituency, that's why it's 28 August 2025. Previously, I did for another constituency, and the deadline was 31st July 2025. So please pay attention to the deadline. Okay, one information which I will suggest that you take a look at closely is these things. Information for candidates for West Africa. So I'll open it in new tab, and then I want you to pay attention to this document. Read it thoroughly so that you understand every detail in it. Am I applying to the right constituency? Okay, so read this. We just did the eligibility check. So the eligibility check criteria is here. We fall within the age, academic achievement, we have it. We have the language proficiency as well. And then it tells you how to apply. Okay. The rules application, I'll make this bigger a little here so that everybody can see what I'm also reading. Yes. Okay. I think it looks better now. The roles application form requires you to provide your details such as contact information, evidence that you meet the eligibility criteria, your education history, including your university transcript, the courses you would like to study at the University of Oxford, a CV. A template is provided within the application form for you to fill out. Okay, so that's how you do your CV. An academic statement, a personal statement, and a total of 4, minimum to 6 maximum referees. So make sure you list you get the referees ready. You can find more details about this requirement in the document and the documents you will need below. So key documents that you will need to upload. Okay. So the key documents that you will need to upload copies. You will need to upload copies of the following documents. Please note that all documents must be submitted in English. If your official documents such as your birth certificate, passport, or transcript are not in English, you will have to upload the English translations, and you may be asked to provide the original documents at a later date. At least 2 of the following documents to confirm that you meet the citizenship, residency, and the age criteria: a certified copy of your birth certificate or affidavit of birth, a national identity card, a valid passport, a voter card, an affidavit notarized by a competent authority confirming that you are a bona fide citizen of your country. Please note that this information here refers to this constituency. Okay, so once you enter your constituency, this document may be different for you. Okay, then the conditions of tenure. Okay, it's important that you look at the conditions. What are the conditions of tenure for this scholarship? So this scholarship covers you for a 2-year tenure and also a 3-year tenure. So when you come here and you click apply now, It will bring you here and you have to create your account. So in creating your account, you put your email, your password, you confirm your password, your first name and your last name as it appeared in your passport, and you click register. So I've registered already. So once I log in, it brings me to this page. You have to accept the privacy, and then you have to accept two other things, and then it will bring you to this page. You have to put in your constituency and the country that you are in. You have to go down here and then fill in your date of birth as example here, and then you select your uh, nationality and the country of residence, and then how many years you have lived in the country, 5 to 10 years. So I've put 10 years here, and then you continue here, and then you have to say your marking scheme, right? The marking scheme of your education. I'm familiar with that of Ghana, which was after out of 4 GPA. So I put out of 4, and then I'm first class, so 3.9 out of the 4. And do you meet the University of Oxford English? I said yes. So the rules application. So when you get here and you say, how did you find out about the Rhodes Scholarship, right? Select the one which is appropriate for you. For me, I will say maybe I heard it from a social media or from a Rhodes Scholar. So I've selected from a Rhodes Scholar. How long have you been aware of the Rhodes Scholarship, right? So let's say I've been aware of it maybe 1 to 2 years now. You save and you exit. So this is where I wanted to show you. So once you continue, you'll see where you have to fill your personal information, your birth certificate, all other things. So nationality and residence, education history, your CV, your referee registration, personal statement, proposed course of study. You may have gone to University of Oxford and selected a course, equity and inclusion, final confirmation. You review everything before you submit. So all this, once you are here, you don't have to finish anything. You can say, always say save and next, and then you can always come back as well and complete. So this is where I bring the an end to my presentation. Good luck to all applicants. If this presentation has been helpful to you, please share so that someone else may also benefit from this information. Thank you for watching. This is the captain. Adios.